What is up, guys? Noli here, and welcome to possibly the strangest Payday 2 update you will ever see on my channel. Now, the game itself has not actually been updated. What has been updated is the notion of a competition. I couldn't resist getting a video out concerning this to you guys, those of you who might want to participate, because, to be honest, I think the prize sounds absolutely amazing, especially if someone such as myself, who has a Mask of the Day series, could take it home. Now, I know a couple of you might think this is, first of all, a ridiculous competition, and I mean, it's odd, to say the least, and also they just think it's a strange way to take the game. They should surely be focusing on the updates. Yes, I agree entirely. Xbox is still in an unupdated state, and I'd love to see an update come as quickly as possible, but this isn't really taking much of their time. This is taking our time, and some of you might not be aware of this, but I do a reasonable amount of things like English literature, and I work on that. So I write poetry, surprisingly enough, not for my own sake, but for work's sake, and so I actually quite enjoy it, and will personally be competing and trying to make some poetry, or possibly even a Payday 2 song within the week. And you guys are going to see it over on YouTube, and I'm going to try and win one of the 4 slots. But I'm going to talk you through the post that they've released and see what the response is from you guys, because I might have a slightly different opinion of poetry to a lot of you. So bring out the soulful side of yourself between it is this Thursday and a week on Thursday. That is the deadline. And start concocting rhymes with a Payday theme for a chance to earn awards. Be it in text, I would have said rewards, but let's not get into that. Be it in text, video, YouTube, or voice, clever poetry, or sarcastic anti-jokes. Come on. Needs to be sarcastic anti-jokes about lack of heists. Only your imagination is the limit. Poetry Jam. Welcome to the Payday Poetry Jam. I've already read this out. But welcome. What kind of awards are we looking for here? Let us put it like this. Rolls up sleeves. Bloodstains are red, law enforcers are blue. If you're selected as one of the 4 winners of the Payday Poetry Jam, you'll get to design your own mask that will be available in-game through the Payday soundtrack with an artist at Overkill, and Old Hoxton will voice your poetry. I'm sorry, but that sounds like a prize made in heaven. Okay, you might not like poetry, but you cannot deny that prize sounds brilliant. So that all the community can get them feels. End. So let's read the rules. They're very small. Be sure to listen to me if you cannot read it. Where do I post the poetry? You post it in the Poetry Jam thread in the Steam forums. We will go through every contribution we find there. This is the only acceptable method in order to make sure we don't miss any. So don't just upload a video to YouTube, of course I will, but on top of that I will link it into the forums. How many tries do I get? How many tasers does a taser tase? You get as many tries as you want, dude. Just put some soul into it. So, obviously, I'm only going to be making one attempt if I'm making a song or a more vocal version as opposed to just writing some poetry. Language, judges have to understand it, and it'll be cool if the rest of the community did too. So yeah, English, please. I think they'll only accept English. That's what that means. How do you define poetry? Be it in text, video, YouTube, or voice, clever poetry, as defined by Wikipedia, or sarcastic anti-jokes about the lack of heists. Only your imagination is the limit. So that's repeating what it said before. How do we get the mask? So the Payday 2 original soundtrack on Steam will, for free, have 4 new masks added to it. So you just have to buy that. I believe it's like £1 or $1.50. I can't remember it being extremely expensive. I already have it. But it will have 4 new masks added to it, designed by us together with the winners. These will be added as soon as we finish making them, testing them, and finding a good time slot to release them. It just sounds like a good overall, pretty fun cosmetic update. If I win, how much of a mask do I actually get to do? You will be able to provide concept art and have a discussion with one of our artists. Based on your ideas, we will fit the mask into the Payday universe. It might look exactly like you envisioned, or it might look a little different to fit into the game. It all depends. It's up to us to make the final call, but the whole point of the award is to get your design out there for the community to enjoy. You get to name the mask as well as write the background story, which will be shown in the description in game. Oh my god, that is heaven. I don't think you understand it being like I do a series about masks, and I could have my mask. Odd. I don't necessarily expect myself to win, But like I say, I will give it a go and hopefully entertain you guys in the process. If you already own the Payday 2 soundtrack, will you still get the mass? Yes, as long as you own the Payday 2 original soundtrack on Steam, you will get the mass, so I have no issue. I also gave out a couple of copies, if I remember, so those guys who I gave it out to, I believe, will also have no issue. My poetry was awesome, but bad poetry, non-poetry won. WTF Overkill. We select the winners we feel speak to our hearts. We believe poetry is best when it cloaker battens you when you least expect it. Lovely. How long is the competition? So basically, don't complain if you don't win. I certainly won't. It's 1 week from Thursday to Thursday, as I said. We'll lock the thread when it ends and then go through the responses and pick 4 winners. Winners will be announced in the Steam community. Now, guys, I implore you, please, give it a go. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter if it's awful. It's fun. It's a bit of fun. It's a little competition, like one of my giveaways, for example, and I'm certainly going to be entering. If you guys want to enter alongside me, try and think of the most creative and interesting responses you possibly can do. I can tell you that my poetry will hopefully be a little different from everybody else's, but guys, that's it for the Poetry Jam. You'll be seeing a little later on in the week what I come up with. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.